Big Brothers here.
Brad Newsom.
Nice to see you. Yeah, that's mine. Just came out. Hi, Mom.
I like it. So he called his publisher, Brontel, and says, I knew for $1,000. You have to sell some. I don't know, you can always have this. So this. Percent goes from the shadow file next to
Yeah, it's a pretty big production.
So many changes. We've all been astounded at how fast they came about. Would you be amazed if I told you that electronic mail played a key role in the Tiananmen Square revolt in China? Or that a fax machine helped to bring down the communist regime in East Germany? It should come as no surprise. Technology was once used to repress. Now, it has become a powerful force for freedom. From China to East Bloc countries, governments have discovered that new ideas, coupled with new technologies, are more powerful than bullets and bombs. So, what does a revolution in China or Russia, East Germany, have to do with you? So you're not behind an iron curtain. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, information provides liberating power. It was Thomas Jefferson, our modern father of democracy, who said, if a nation expects to be ignorant and free, it expects what never was and never will be. The same holds true for any organization. If we expect to be free to make the best informed decisions or to act out of knowledge rather than ignorance, then we must learn to use our new tools in new ways. The tools of technology have allowed us to create information in new ways, but creating information is not what empowers people. It's sharing it effectively, and later accessing what we need, when we need it. Now consider the way we get most information today. Newspapers, books, magazines, reports, memos, and manuals. It's all paper. How was it produced? Most likely with a computer, yet we publish it on paper. There is a better way, not just to produce information electronically, but to consume it that way as well. It's called personal electronic publishing, and that's where your personal revolution begins, right in your own office, behind your own desk. Every one of us is a publisher. You don't think of yourself as a publisher? Oh, but you are. If you produce, revise, and distribute information, then you are a publisher. With personal electronic publishing, you can publish to others in an electronic form rather than on paper. Personal electronic publishing is the vehicle through which you can create, in your own office, what Folio calls the information democracy, where people are empowered to do what they need by having the information to do it well, to make better informed decisions, to share ideas with others, to do more, and to do it better. Because it is the small revolutions that make things happen in nations, organizations, and in your own work. In the end, it doesn't matter what you're doing, fighting oppression or trying to inform your organization. Information gives you the power to make change. As you recall the images of the past few years, images of the changes and upheavals that have rocked our world and humbled us all with what we once thought was impossible, remember that much of it came about as a result of people using new technology to share information. In the case of world revolutionaries, their triumph was to publish to the world what they knew and what the rest of us had to know. Who knows what your triumph will be? Folio has given you the power to find out, the tools to create your own information democracy. And now, use it. Start a personal revolution.
Good morning. How can I follow a performance like that one? Of course, we'll be treated to more of their wonderful music this evening at the benefit concert, which begins at 7 p.m. I'm Brad Pello, president of Folio Corporation. I extend you a warm welcome to Utah, those of you who are visiting, to InfoBase 93, and to this morning's announcement session. The fact is, none of you are there because I can't see anyone. So this isn't as scary as I thought. It's like speaking into a closet. You know, Folio, and those of you who've known us for several years know this, but Folio was founded with a dream. In fact, today, if you were to ask any of the employees here why they were at Folio and part of the team, chances are they would respond with words like no limits or information democracy, the theme of our conference today. These two statements have been the catchphrases of a team of people who have dedicated their all to deliver to you the products that you will see today. Now, granted, there have been those moments when we've wondered if no limits meant we'd never ship the product. But we think we've seen ourselves beyond that time, and because of our passion for something we call information democracies, something that you create in your own organizations, we're happy to bring to you today a product that we think will help you establish that. Now, you may have known Folio products in the past by such terms as text retrieval, hypertext, maybe free-form database, some as simply network help. But today, I want you to see clearly that some of those intermediate steps have really been leading to a broader vision. In fact, in some ways I would ask you to forget everything you knew about Folio in the past so that you can begin anew today. What we want to talk about, we believe, is that significant. Now, every new market grows out of incremental improvements. For example, the PC itself has grown out of the invention of the integrated circuit. It would hardly be a personal computer if it was a garage-sized computer. And indeed, it is not because of those incremental technology improvements. The same is true of software. There are fundamental technology improvements and inventions that must take place before markets can be created. And we believe that that has been the past 6 years for Folio. We have been working on core technologies that you have known by their technology names, things like text retrieval, in order that we might bring to you today a complete suite of technologies which are incorporated in a new product, something that we believe will be known as personal electronic publishing. Now, Mr. James Earl Jones just said in probably 3 or 4 minutes what's going to take me an hour. So if you forget everything I say and you get bored, remember what he said, because that really is the essence of our vision and our mission as a company and what we hope this product line delivers to you. Now, incidentally, this videotape is part of a videotape that will be available actually in every box of software in the new Folio product line. Today, we announced this product line in the line of personal electronic publishing. We call it personal because it doesn't take an engineering degree to use it, and also because you don't have to go take out a loan from the bank in order to buy it. Electronic publishing, of course, because it's not paper publishing. It's the opposite. In fact, if you think about it, the majority of software programs today are designed to produce information so that it can be output on paper. In fact, maybe you've noticed recent studies that have been published in some of the trade press about the productivity levels of people using PCs. The fact is, in the past decade, they can't find any measurable increase in actual productivity. And you might ask yourself why that is. Of course, we would propose that an obvious answer to that is what we're doing with our computers is we are producing more effectively, but we're not learning to consume more effectively. And that, of course, is the change that we intend to bring about with the introduction today. Folio is now proud to announce version 3.0 of the FolioView product line for DOS, Windows, and the Macintosh. The new product line is a completely re-architected and rewritten software product that incorporates our vision of the pieces that are necessary to implement personal electronic publishing and to create the theme of this conference, information democracy. I want to dive into the actual character attributes of this product, beginning with the architecture itself. I'm assuming you can see these slides. The product is built entirely on a client-server architecture. 3.0 provides for cross-platform compatibility among infobases. That means that a file built on a Macintosh can be read on a DOS character-based system. And these infobases can be used simultaneously by different users on different platforms. The architecture also provides for single infobases up to 16 what we call terabytes. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's 1 trillion characters of text. These infobases are now fully multi-user, which means that even though an unlimited number of people can be accessing the same infobase or electronic publication at the same time, up to 125 users can actually be modifying the very same infobase at the very same time. Besides the traditional record-based architecture, something we called folios in the past, infobases now contain traditional data fields. Data field types like integer, numeric, date, floating point, alphanumeric. These fields can be variable length. They can occur multiple times in the same record. They can be nested, overlapping, allowing for truly the most flexible implementation of data fields today. Now, honestly, that's kind of the boring stuff, but the engineers told me that was the hardest to do, so I had to put that first. So now let's move on to the fun stuff. What you see. What you see is in fact what you get. WYSIWYG is an acronym, meaning that what you see on the screen is now going to be what you would expect to see on paper. In fact, if personal electronic publishing is truly to replace the paper medium where it makes sense, then we need to best represent the paper medium or take the benefits of paper while adding significantly beyond those fundamental benefits. This includes things in the WYSIWYG environment, things like fonts, formatting, inline graphics, and layout capabilities. The product now also supports multiple languages. Anything that is a single byte character language will be supported by the new product line. In fact, you naturally can assume that WYSIWYG applies to Windows and Macintosh because of their graphical interfaces. our support policy, allowing free support to all registered users. Now, I don't think any of you could have taken notes during that, or you have better eyes than I do. And so let me just say that this is really skimming the surface. There are a lot of details, a lot of other features that we can't cover in a short session like this. All of these will be described further throughout the conference. For those of you who are just visiting us,